and they gave it to one person where it works, and they released it. They got to do studies. It's only worked on Tom. Who else has done it? Skip, that method works for a quarterback because he doesn't have to do the physical pounding. An offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, or players that are in collisions, often, they can't just do band work. Yeah, they would get broke the F up, Skip. That's all I'm saying. That works for him. In the band and all the stuff, Skip, I'm not going to deny Tom Brady's a hard worker. There's no question. You don't play this long on just talent alone. There's no question about that. But stop this notion that he's redefining. No, what's redefining is the rule change. The inability to punish the quarterback. I talked to a lot of them. I talked to a lot of guys that got a gold jacket. I didn't find any of them that said, you know what, if we had these rules that I couldn't have played into my 40s, the inability to be able to put your helmet under the quarterback's chin, the inability to do what Goose did to Rich Gannon has greatly increased these quarterbacks' ability to play longer. So, Skip, you can do all the training you want. You can't get that chin stronger. You can't get them bones stronger. And that's what Tom Brady, he's playing in a narrow, Skip. And I'm not saying because he's great. But you and I both know the rule change has greatly added longevity to these quarterbacks playing as long as they have.
It has helped, but so has the speed of his release. It is lightning quick because he's speed reading the field. He's making his choice quicker than most quarterbacks make it. And receivers are so on his page, starting with Julian Edelman, that he knows he can release so quickly because he trusts Julian is going to cut on a dime at exactly 10.1 yards and catch it for the first down. Right? Okay, so that allows longevity for the quarterback because he can't get it. You can't hit him late. They used to allow a late hit, although they might flag it.
Exactly. But now.
Okay. All right. So I also need to point out that Tom also opened up about, hey, he cheats occasionally on his diet because he said you only live once. You get one life. And he says, if I crave bacon, I eat a piece of bacon. If I crave pizza, I don't just eat any old slice. I get gourmet pizza because then I can savor that it's the best pizza.
Jenny.
That was my favorite
Jenny,
part.
what happened to avocado ice cream? What happened to I don't eat tomatoes? Or I don't, they cause inflammation. Or I don't eat all this. Stop it.
Potatoes, tomatoes cause inflammation, which is why I cut them out of my diet like that.
You know what's good, but you want to be ashamed of yourself.
I did.
Well, he's just following Tom's
read
lead.
and learn. I wish I'd had an Alex Guerrero when I was 20.
I thought that as well.
Skip.
If you had Alex Guerrero, you might still be playing.
No, there's no question about it. Had the medicine and the technology been up to speed when I played, actually, absolutely, Skip. These guys, what they have now and the money that's involved, you hire these people and you have them basically year-round. There's no question. But I had to lift weight. I had to pump iron. I can't do that. Oh, you remember Gronk? You know, Gronk tried that band therapy. It got him broke up.
There's a good point about the positions being different and your training need to be different. But for Tom, this has worked. There's no denying that. And there are a lot of, it makes sense for a lot of people why this method could work. Maybe not everyone.
For quarterbacks,
why it's worked for him.
Well, hold up.
For injury rehab. Brady says he just pulls his hair out in the locker room because he sees kids try to rehab a hamstring, and he says, it's your hip flexors. Like he said, I need him on the field to help me. And he's not, he doesn't know how to defeat
Well, obviously, Skip, they're underlining. You know, something, if you have a weak hamstring, it's weak somewhere else. Okay, we get all that. That's not earth-shattering news.
I don't know.
I liked it, though.
Shattering conventions in the locker room.
An inside look into this guy, Shannon.
Sickness convention. You and Tom.
I'm afraid you might be sick about this next one, too, Shannon.
You're
so
having
keep
a rough
that
day, actually.
Close. You've been wanting to bring up Aaron Rodgers, so this is your chance. Are his days in Green Bay numbered? He heavily criticized joint practices with the Texans earlier this week, which appears to add more fuel to the fire of tension between Rodgers and his new coach, Matt LaFleur. Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio wrote this: Rodgers continues to be the most powerful employee in the organization, and he's showing everyone who wears the championship belt. They'll let him gloat for now. The moment he shows real signs of slippage, however, the Packers will cut the cord and Rodgers will be playing for another team just like his predecessor in Green Bay. Shannon, do you believe this?
1,000%. Skip, you can be a young, talented problem, but they will refuse to let you be an old, untalented problem.
That is true.
And you, Skip, Brett, you did this for so long. How many times did Brett, I want to hold out.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to come to mini camp. I don't want to come to training camp. I just want to show up and play, yada, yada, yada. And you say, you know what? I'm tired of this BS. Boom. And this is what's going to, now, it's not going to happen for a while, Skip, because I looked at them cabinet, if they were to release him, say, within the next 3 years, he got 1 year, that would be $53 million of dead money. So basically, we're looking at somewhere around 2022, 2023. Now, maybe a trade is possible, but Skip, he's getting ridiculous with this now. He really is. And I think he's unbelievable talent. But his arrogance is really starting to rub me the wrong way. And I don't have a problem with guys being arrogant. But this, I think his arrogance is bordering, it's not bordering, it's selfish. It's all about him. And Mike Florio is absolutely right. And that's the way it works, Skip. Guys will talk, teams will tolerate a lot. Good friend of mine, Terrell Lewis, is a perfect example. Skip, his last year in Cincinnati, T.O. had 72 catches, I think 983, and 9 touchdowns. He led the team in every category. There is no reason T.O. should have been on the team the following year. But you know what? They say, you know what? Nah, we good. And that's what's going to happen to this young man.
What did I call Terrell? Team obliterator.
I'm just saying, look, he wasn't team obliterator. The man could play, and he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You just detailed how he was team obliterator.
No, I said that the antics that he displayed is that no matter who you are, Skip, eventually you keep giving teams problems. The moment it's like, you know what? He ain't that same guy. He ain't gonna see, Skip, I can tolerate, 45 touchdowns and 4,500 yards. But there's gonna be a time. There's gonna be a time that Aaron Rodgers is gonna keep this because that's in him now, Skip. He doesn't know any other way. That's what's in him now. His behavior is ingrained, and he's been emboldened. Hell, I got one coach fired. What's to stop me from saying I can't get another one? They've given me
Especially when he's only like 4 years older than me.
Exactly.
Right?
They've acquiesced to whatever I've wanted. So what's to stop me now? And he can't stop. Skip, I would have never, whatever Mike said, I'm not going against that. For what? What? That's not about me. What's the best for the team? And it seems to me now, appears to be a lot of people. It's about Aaron. What is going to make Aaron most comfortable? Damn, the rest of you are 52. It's about me, bro. Mike Florio's right. There'll come a time there'll be a slippage. He's going to be one of these guys you're like, man, that guy should spend his whole career in Green Bay. It's not going to happen, though.
I'm hoping you will repeat that word for word to my friend Lil Wayne when he comes in to take issue with me for being too hard on Aaron Rodgers, because I agree with everything you just said, because I've been saying the same thing for 3 years here on this show. Aaron Rodgers is now on thin ice up at Lambeau Field, known as the frozen tundra. And
well, he's stuck for 3 years, though, Skip. He got too much money. They can't take him.
Speaking of 3 years, he's, as a starting quarterback, 20-18-1 over the previous 3 years. That ranks 25th in the National Football League among starting quarterbacks. That's not good enough. His completion percentage has fallen each of those 3 years. His QBR has fallen each of those 3 years. And then we had the offseason story by Tyler Dunn of Bleacher Report that detailed all of the internal conflict between Aaron and Mike McCarthy and Aaron and Mark Murphy, who's the sort of the CEO of the Packers. And there was the quote, Mark Murphy denied it, but it was in there that Mark Murphy, when he called Aaron to tell him, to inform him, hey, I've picked Matt LaFleur to be your next head coach, that Mark Murphy, according to this piece, told him, don't be the problem, and repeated it, don't be the problem, Aaron Rodgers.
And then remember Aaron said, well, I called Martin, like, what's this? Why are you calling him? If you say, we were on the same page, and he wouldn't say anything like that, why I need to call him?
So this piece points out that Aaron changed roughly 1/3 of Mike McCarthy's play calls last year, that he undermined Mike McCarthy, that he, according to one of the unnamed sources, effed him over. Well, I don't know. You can pick a side on that. Right. I'm sure both had some culpability here.
Yeah, but there have been guys on the record that said that Mike would send a play in and Aaron would be in the huddle and roll his eyes.
Okay.
That's not that's how guys have gone on record and said that.
And the Mike McCarthy, who for a while was known as maybe the best play caller in pro football, according to this piece, that Aaron thought of him as one of the lowest, if not the lowest, football IQ of coordinators in the league, okay?
But Skip, I mean, come on, that's Rodgers. Now, you know he believes he's the Einstein of quarterback now.
Okay. So what happened just yesterday, it was a day before yesterday, they had a joint practice, and I'm assuming Aaron didn't practice very